begin. Yes. So in the previous session, we are doing a that's a number formatting. So number formatting is basically a method through which you can change the display pattern of a number. Let's think about I have a date. This is a date. For adding the date, I use control plus column. Now if I drag it, so I have a multiple dates. Let me drag on right hand side to have a multiple dates. Okay. Now I don't want this is a Indian pattern, but I want the pattern to be changed. What is the pattern? So I want the year to be displayed, then month to be displayed, and day to be displayed. In this I want some other pattern. The month to be displayed, the day to be displayed, and then year to be displayed. Now here I want the some other pattern. Depends on the requirement. How do you want it? So now here I want it, let's say the day, let's say the month, let's say the YY year, and then I required again day that's elaborated. So this is a pattern which I required. That means I need my day into multiple pattern. It's a kind of example. Let's go into this. Step number one, select. After the selection, control one. What is the shortcut key for number formatting? Let me write. We have written the topic name. No, here. We put it to this. Now the second option is the shortcut key. That's a very important. Control plus one. So when I select these, immediately control one. Go back to the custom. Custom is a place through which you can modify the data or changes. So let me come back to this. What is the pattern you are expecting? So the pattern I'm expecting the year to be displayed. Now when I start typing, you can locate to this area. This is the result area. Dash. You want the month to be displayed? Dash. You want the DD to be displayed? Yes. When I say OK, so automatically your result pattern, display pattern got changed. So that's the first pattern of doing it. Can I do it in a second pattern? Of course. Select, control one, custom, come back to this. This is a month, dash. Then we have a DD, dash. Then we have a YYYY. Okay. So this is a second pattern. Let's go to the third pattern. Control one. Go to custom. In the third pattern, DD, MM, YY, and dash DDDD. So I will get the full form of day. So that means we are having a multiple pattern, depends on your requirement. Accordingly, you have to change your data. I guess the first part is clear.
Yes.
Now, let's move to the second part, that is this area. Instead of these, now suppose I have a data, something like this way, let's say the sales. Okay, so here the sales is 1500, 25, 35, and somebody returned the my sales. Or maybe instead of sale, let's consider a better option as a P&L. That's a profit and loss. So obviously there are certain days where we have a profit. There are certain days where we made a loss also. There is a probability. See, I cannot say that it's a 100% loss only. There is a probability. So probability can be on either side. So let's think about this is a probability where I had a loss. So my boss says ki you have to refer the loss in red color. Let me give you the question. What is the question? The loss must be presented in red color. And then second question, the profit must be converted in the blue color. Okay, let's solve this question and then we move further. So here the number formatting says I have a four set of category. What did I said? Four set of categories. Let me draft that category 1, 2, 3, 4. First category we call it as a general. See, this is a something extra part we are doing it. So do not get confused. Hold it for the moment. Second is also general. Third is also general. That means if you don't do anything, it is considered as a default. That's a general. First general having a capability to handle all data, positive data, or you can say the positive number, better option. Second says I am handling negative number. Third one says I am handling zero. Fourth one says I am handling the text. I am handling text. In the system, basically it is written general, 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 general. And these generals are segregated by means of colon. Generals are segregated by means of columns. For example, let me write so that you can see also. General, general, like that. Up till now, we have learned the theory. Let's see the practical for more elaboration. Okay, what is the objective? Here it is written, these objective. Let me put the question. For getting these dot, I just press Alt and 7. For getting these dot, I press Alt and 7 because dot looks very good. Okay, so now here I require the positive and negative. Let me just copy because I have to do some other example also. So I'm just doing a copy paste, nothing else. Step number 1, let me select Control 1, custom. When I say that, can you see the general? So this general says there is a default.
Yes.
General says there is a default. What do you want to do? Sir, my boss says positive number must be in a red color. So let me go to the square bracket. There is a square bracket. Then I said if my number is greater than or equal to 0. Sir, what is the meaning of this? See, I have a positive number greater than equal to 0. Oh, greater than equal to 0. So this is a considered as which color? Blue. Okay, the first logic is done. Separated by the semicolon. What is the second logic? You should be a less than 0. When you are less than 0, so what is the color? The color is a red. Here I'm extremely sorry, I cannot increase the font because this appears like that only. But I will copy the data so that you can see also. Let me just give you the code over here so that you can see proper way. Because that area we cannot increase the font, but here I can increase. What is the logic I made? If the number is greater than equal to 0, display the color blue. Else, less than 0, display the color as red. It's a logic. Can I get the number in the same logic? Of course, I got the number in the same logic pattern. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, yes, sir.
Once again, my boss says instead of writing these, converting these number, let me add two more column. Instead of converting these number, could you please write profit and loss? I'm not good in identifying by means of color. Now they have changed the question. The question logic same, but they have just converted red color. You have to write what? Loss, and you have to write what? Profit. Oh, no problem. Simplest. Control 1, custom. Okay. I said first general does what? What type of data it handle? Positive. So simply I will just write in a double quotes as a profit separated by semicolon. Second is loss. Oh, it's so easy. Yes. Copy and then okay. Oh, nice. Can you see the profit and loss? Yes, sir. Let me see the formula. This is the formula which I used. Once again, this when you go more deeper and deeper, once again, boss says, can you change this profit into the blue color also? Can you change this loss into red color also? That means now you are combining both things together. So let me have a third option. Yes, of course I can do it. Select this, control 1, come back to this area. The first area is a profit area. Let me go to the square bracket and say blue color and then profit. Second area is a loss. I repeat, second area is a loss. So let me convert the square bracket and this is the red. The spelling must be correct because system will not understand wrong spelling. Copy and then okay. See the probability. What is the third I did? Let me say the paste so that you also can understand. I did the same thing. Blue, profit, red, loss. I hope these things are clear to you.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, very good. Now, once again, my boss says, sometime when we go to create some kind of a report, I can see profit they are displaying by means of up arrow and loss they are displaying by down arrow. Oh, that means instead of these, you require the arrows. Okay, no problem. So from where I can get the arrow, that's a new concept. For getting the arrow, let me just go to the inbuilt function of a Microsoft that is known as a Windows and Windows and dot operator. Okay, let's wait and watch. I'll show you. When I press window and dot, the same way you will get a new screen. And in that screen, I will get the multiple types of emojis. See how you are sending on the WhatsApp emojis are there. So I just use this. So I will get this. Sir, I just use this. I will get this. Let's connect this thing into my logic. Please observe. Step number one, select the data. This is a data. Control 1, go to custom. Okay, once again. What do you want? Sir, I want a tick. Okay, I want a tick. Correct. So in the double quotes, where you have to add the tick in the double quotes. Okay, so window and dot, and then I said this. So the first tick is there, but in the double quotes. Once again, separated by semicolon, double quotes, window key dot, and next emoji is a cross. I can use any of these. Once again, double quotes, and then you have to say, okay, your job is done. Your job is done. Yes, of course, my job is done. So I use these two emojis. But remember, you have to say double quotes. This is a double quotes, and here also double quotes. Else you will get an error. So the emojis are in the double quotes. Sir, can I have a emoji plus color also? Follow the same technique. Just now I explained. Select this, control 1. Go to see, you have to keep on asking to yourself, what are the probabilities? The probability may be sometime wrong also. See, if I do the always as a standard syllabus, and so definitely I always do the correct. But sometime when you make your mind and then do it, so definitely there will be a lot of different challenges. So I never do as a standard syllabus. I always go whatever comes in your mind, so that your mind get refreshed and you always get a new things. So here I feel the blue color to be added. Correct. And once again, for the next one, I feel here the red color to be added. So I just added the color also. Let me see on the probability 100% it should work. Yes, because we tried with the text, only we are trying with the emoji. That's the difference. Otherwise, both are remain same. Yes, sir. While writing these, be alert. You have to remember these things are in a double quotes, and the red and blue they are without double quotes. Okay. So that means we have a these kind of a where we have not apply any logical if, where we have not apply any conditional formatting, but we have a club this and we have done the job. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, very good. Let's move further, and we have learned one aspect. Let's think about once again. I have a sales. The sales may contain a data. Let's go to the random data equal to RAND. That's rand between. Correct. So I have a data which is starting with 1000, comma 1. This is a data. Okay, थोड़ा सा बड़ा ही data लिया, doesn't matter. I need the data, and these data are the random data. Okay, changes. Let's look at this. Now, while reading these, when you read this, can you tell me how much is this? For example, let's go here. Read this. How much is this? इसको एक color दे देता हूँ so that you can read this. Yes, please tell me how much is this?
88 lakhs. No, 8,
Let's increase. Huh.
88 crores, 48 lakhs, 51,171.
Okay, chalo, very good. While reading these, you must have faced the problem. Ki first, I have to analyze. Correct. In See, I studied from the vernacular medium, that's a Hindi. So we go for like that way as a ikai, the high, secra, like that way. Correct. So you must have a measure these numbers by using this is a 10, then the 100, then 1000, then 1 lakh, and then crore, then 10 crore. Like that way you have to measure the number. Right. So sometimes the numbers are very big. They may be in a millions or the billions or the trillions also. Correct. If, for example, if the number is 99, correct, then 9900, 9900. If this number is there, 9900, for better understanding, I may convert these number as a 9 comma 900. The user can quickly understand the comma is a thousand separator. So 9900. For example, if the number is 1 lakh, so for better and quick understanding, I would preferred कि you have to give me the comma. How the comma? The three digits over here. This is a thousand separator. Correct. I can say 100,000. I can say 100,000. Or instead of that, I can say the comma can be added after this also. So we are keeping the number as a separator so that the person can read the number quickly. How these separators are maintained? What did I said? How these separators are? Suppose you are writing a 1 lakh. So for 1 lakh, if I want in a thousand format, so what I have to do? If I require the thousand format, so what I have to do? This 1 lakh divided by this, so I would say 100,000. 100,000 because I divided by this. Correct. So similar way you can divide the number and create a small number for understanding. Let's go here.
So just watch 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah. Is a data what we required the data to be converted into a particular unit called as a millions, billions, or the trillions. It depends on the data, how do you have it. So let's think about this is the data I prefer to display as a million. Correct. Now, so select this, control 1, come back to the custom. When I come back to the custom again, I have a general. So here I have to write a 0. So 0 is a first digit I wanted. If you have a decimal and that also to be displayed. For example, instead of 1 million, data is 1.3 million. So if you don't put a decimal, so data will display as a 1 million only. That means there is a loss of 0.3 million. No, I don't want that also. I want the decimal also to be connected. That depend how do you have. In my data, decimals are not there. Correct. So don't worry, we'll discuss the decimal also. Let's think about 0 and then we put the comma. When I put the comma, that means the total data is divided by the thousand separator. What did I say? Divided by thousand separator. In the thousand, we have a three digits, 1 0 0 0, that become a thousand. So that means there are three zeros. So if you divide this data by the thousand, so automatically these three digits will be eliminated. In my data also, if you go and look it over here, so I am having a 479071. So that means the thousand is eliminated. And then I can write in a double quotes, I have a data which is in millions. Okay. I hope clear with this. So when you say okay, so automatically these data got converted into the millions. Let me say undo and create a couple of copies for this, 2, 3 also. Chalo. Let's keep your first data as it is. So this data will display into the millions. This data will display into millions, and this data will display as a trillions. Okay. So step number one, control one, go to this, convert 0, comma, and then into the M. M stand for your millions data. Similar way, if I want to convert this data into millions, so 0, comma, and there is a one more comma, and then I will say the data got converted into what? Billions. So if I have to convert into the trillions, control 1, go to the custom, and here 0, correct, comma, 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 3 commas. 3 comma, that means data is divided by 3 times as 1,000. And then I will say that my trillion, TRI, I am just writing, or TR, just to understand this. See here the data got converted into, see here it is saying a 0 trillion. There cannot be a 0 trillion because the data required, when it is about trillion, then they can display. So there must be a decimal also. So you can just go to this, and instead of this 0, you can add a point 0. So when I go that, so I am having a data like that way, 0.7 trillions, 0.1 trillion, 0.5 trillions. That means your data is not crossing. See here it crosses as a 1 trillion. Here it crosses as a 1 trillion. I hope clear with this.
क्लियर सर बेसिकली जो अभी हम लोग का सेल डेटा रहता है सपोज तो मोस्टली लैक्स में वैल्यूज रहते हैं या 1000 में रहते हैं तो अगर मुझे उसको कन्वर्ट करना है तो F1 करके कस्टम में जाके
Correct.
0 कॉमा और डबल कोट में M डालना है तो ऑटोमेटिक वो सब और
Yes.
0.00 में 0.00 कॉमा डबल कोट में M करना है तो इसमें आ
See
जाएंगे
this.
डिजिटल में आ जाएंगे करेक्ट
This is a pattern. 0 point. When I add the point, see if I remove the point, suppose this is a data. When I went to this, and if I remove the decimal place from here and say okay, so here it is a 0 trillion. Correct, because your data is not crossing 1 trillion, and it is a less than, and that less than 1 is a decimal, and we don't want to display the decimal. So that means here this is a false information. This is a false information because there can be a less than 1 trillion. There can be, see here I have a billion, so that's the reason I can display. But in the billion also there can be a decimal. So control 1, go to this point 0. So you will get all the points in the billions also. Here also in the millions also there can be a decimal. Control 1, just go to this 0, sorry, point 0. See this. So if you want to display the fraction value also, million fraction, so you have to display because the million fraction is not a small data. Billion fraction is not a small data. Similar way, trillion fraction is a very huge data. So we have to display point 0. Is this clear?
यस
Okay. So basically in the reporting part, user feels, see, when I ask you, can you give me when we have a 1 trillion of cell, so it will take a time to understand, or you may count the number 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, trillion, 10 digits are there, 9 digits are there. You have to remember by that way. But the here user have a very quick answer. Yes, sir, we cross 1 trillion on this day. Correct, and we are approximately reaching to the trillion on this date also. Are you getting my point? So this is a very quick method to read your numbers instead of going one by one. Clear?
यस
Now let's have a one more use case where user can use this. Suppose let's have a very common, we go to the office and there is a something called as a biometric. See, the use case you have to define. Whatever use case I got it from the companies, I am sharing that, because the person to person, company to company, use cases will differ. I just went to the one of the company. They said, sir, we have an employee. Let's say employee number one. Employee number one. Similarly, we have an employee one, two, three, four. Oh, good. Now the employee comes in the morning. What time he comes? So employee comes in 9:30. Okay. Similar way, let me just drag randomly to save the time. Let me select like this way. Is this clear? Okay. And the numbers are increasing. Okay, doesn't matter. Correct. Suppose the company is working as a day, night, whatever the company's methodology. So they are having these kind of. So this indicate the day one, you are present. Yes, sir, I am present on day one, day two, day three, day four, day eight also I am present. When you are absent in the company, they display as a zero. Biometric display as a zero because you have not given your thumb. So definitely they will read as a zero. Correct? They will read as zero. Once you given the thumb, so you will get the timing, what time you are present in the company. And if you have not given the thumb, so definitely the biometric will read as a zero only. We don't have any manipulation with the biometrics. You can't do that. I hope clear with this.
Yes.
Yes. Now, my boss says instead of displaying like this way, I am not interested to see like this way. Can you please give me the present and absent so that I can quickly understand employee 1 is present for 10 days, 5 days, 12 days, how many days he is present. Don't display the timing because we do not have a time. Correct. The time is not a barrier for 8 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. But we have a barrier whether they are present or absent. If they are present, I have to pay the money. Correct. So here the boss required, could you please tell me the number of present days? Could you please tell me the number of absent days? For example, they have their wages. He is getting a 650, he is getting a 750. Let's 100 increase hypothetically. Correct. You can add anything, but it's a hypothetical. Let's come back to this. According to their skills, they have a different wages. So now my boss says, कि once you tell me कि employee one is present for 10 days. So I have a calculation 10 multiply 650. This is the amount I have to pay. But here I don't have to see anywhere present and absent. Correct. So what employees are doing, they are literally, they just look at to this and the writing as a present P. Okay. Once again present. Once again present. Okay. Then they are absent. Like that way they are writing with the manual. Even that's also good practice because they have 8 hours of a job or 9 hours of a job. Let them enjoy the timing. The whole day will do this only. So they are doing that also. I have seen this kind of a methodology. Okay. What do you think? How we can do that? Yes. What is your opinion? How we can do that? I hope you got the entire scenario, or still you have not understood the scenario.
Understood, sir.
So what is your opinion? What we should do it for getting this? Yes. Tell me, what do you think we can do that? Please tell me quickly. What do you think we can do that?
कस्टम में जाके हमको सेम वैसे 00 अबाउट 00 रहेगा तो पी करेंगे
So here
और 00 रहेगा.
in this area, the number formatting plays very good because that you have to display. Let me select this. Control 1. Go to your number and go to the custom. In the custom area, I wanted the first is a positive number. So the positive number please display as a P. What about the second is a negative number? I don't have a negative number. Third is your positive, negative, and third is what? Zero. In my data there is a zero. So that you have to convert into the absent. So I got the present and absent. Okay. Oh, how quickly we have done within a minutes. My job is done. So I have a present and absent. Yes or no?
Yes, great.
Now for finding the number of present, can we use the count formula to find the present? Yes.
Yes.
Using a count formula, I can go to the count if. What is a range? This is a range. What are you looking in this range? Please tell me what is the criteria?
P.
Oh, if I write the P, what is the answer I got?
0.
Why 0? Why 0?
जी. Into 1
No, 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 no,
ब्रैकेट
no,
के बाद.
no, no. If you do into 1 also, you will not get anything. Okay? Here, the basic you have to understand what is the role of a number formatting. Number formatting is just like a teeth of an elephant. You are displaying this as a text, but originality they are from the number. Can you see here 0 0.56, 0 0.10? So originally they are the number. We have just changed the appearance. We have changed the
Okay.
visibility.
So
So I have to
okay. So
write
here you
this.
go. Some
Yes.
some formula you can use.
No, we cannot use. I have to write a greater than 0.
Okay.
So I will get all the counting. Correct. I will get all the counting and I want that to be displayed in the general. So there are 8 numbers. Let's go and count the absent if they require the count if. Look this range. Correct? Comma. What are you looking? Less than 0, or I might say that we are directly looking to 0 only. Because we don't have a less than. Correct? Nobody is absent. Oh, good. So now you can quickly understand present days and absent days. So let me say the final
Yes.
conclusion of days. This minus this. So my report is ready. How much you have to pay for this? This multiplied by this 650 and then enter. So now we automatically understand what are the wages to be given. So here it is a 0. See, 4 minus 4. 4 days present and no, we don't have to multiply it by this. We have to multiply by this only. Here, this case not n, it has to be m, not l. L. Sorry,
Yes.
this is also not there. There must be l. This is a column where we have to multiply. Correct. Yes. Because you work for the 4 days, so definitely you will get the salary. Correct. So here the 4 days you should work
Yes.
for that. So this is the amount which we got. So earlier this is the data which display the time. Now the data containing a time, but we are displaying as the format of your text. So that's the beauty of your data. We can manipulate any result for displaying a purpose so that user can quickly understand. So that's the meaning of your number formatting. I hope you have clearly understood how the number formatting works.
Clear, sir. Clear.
Yes. Okay. Let's work on the same way. We'll have a logical functions. We'll have a logical function. First, we need to understand what are the logical functions. Now, the logical functions are the comparison operator, greater than equal to, less than, less than equal to, not equal to. There can be a and operator, there can be a not operator, the not, there can be or operator, there can be a not operator. For having a comparison, we sometimes go to the nested. If you are using a higher version, we can go to the IFS also. So these are the probability. The probability here, we always do the comparison. For the comparison, we require two things. We require two things. Okay, let's go and work with the data. Now this is the data where the questions are already drafted so that you understand here what the question number one. Question number one says company offer night shift for the male. That means if the gender is male, you can work for the night shift. Otherwise, you have to work as a female for the day shift. So I have to calculate whether you are working for day or night. Let's go and check the data. We got the question. So this is a data. Data is containing a name of employee, their gender, and then finally salary, experience, and type of project they handle. Okay. So let's write the logic. What is a logic? Equal to, let me click to these. I just say that are you equal to male? So this could be a one logic. Are you equal to male? It is saying no. I might ask, are you equal to female? So this is saying a yes. So that means the logic will always return true or false. Logic will always return true or false. We do not want true and false. Here, my clear data says you have to display as a day shift or night shift. So let's convert this thing into the logic. I hope how to write the logic. This part is done. Here, let's go to convert the logic into the result. The conversion part is done by use of a if. Before writing a if, we should know the syntax, how to write. So let me come down and here I require syntax. What is a syntax? Your syntax is nothing but if, and then you require a logical test, comma, then value if true, then value if false. Then what is a question of a logical test? In every questions without logical test you cannot proceed. That's a mandatory. That's a logical test. Let me give you some example where the age is greater than 18. This could be a logic. Salary is less than 50,000. This could be a logic. Correct? So there can be a multiple logic. There can be a multiple logic. Acha. When the logic is correct on the basis of logic, value if true. If your logic is a correct, then what do you want to display? For example, age greater than 18. I would say eligible for what? I would say if the salary is less than 50,000, so low salary. So this is the answer when the value is true. But there can be a probability where the value is a false. There can be a probability where the value is a false. When the value is a false, it will display not eligible to vote. Not eligible. If the salary is a more than 50,000, so it will display as a high salary. So there can be a probability of having a large, high salary and low salary. So this is a basically kind of a result. But if you don't provide anything, you just provide the logic. The system will return this as a simply true. System will return simply as a false because it's a system methodology to answer true and false. So to convert these true and false, you have to go to the logical operator. That's if. It's just like a converter. If the Indian Prime Minister goes to the China, so is this Indian Prime Minister knows how to speak a Chinese? Obviously, they require someone who convert, someone who translate. So they carry with the translator, and the translator is a middleman who can convert the Chinese language into the Indian language and Indian language into the Chinese language. And always they carry or they go along with the translator. Otherwise, they have to learn for the whole night how to speak with the Chinese language. The similar way, when I go and logically ask any question, it will return as a true and false. When I ask to the salary, are you getting more than less than 50,000? So data will return as false. But I don't understand, sir, what is the false? So immediately I have to convert while using a logical operator. Let's go and play with this logical operator. I'm solving the first question. Equal to if. Now click to the gender. I may connect to the male or I may connect to the female. There is no problem. If the gender is a male, so what is a true answer you required? I required the true answer called as a night shift. Be remember you are writing the message, so that must be in a double quotes. Instead of night shift you are writing 5,000, 10,000. You can directly type comma. Otherwise you have to go for where day shift. But when you go for the day shift, when you are not a male, if you are a male then true, if you are not a male then false. Let me close and enter. So I got the day shift because she is a female, so company does not allow female to work in the night shift. I hope the first logical answer you have understood.
Yes.
Let's go to the second options. Here the second option says if the salary is a more than 60,000 high, otherwise low. Let me go to the salary. Here the headings are different. So let me go to the salary. So equal to if. Let me ask to the salary. See, last time we have asked to the gender. Now I am asking to the salary. Less than 60,000. Sir, can I write equal to? Yes. If there is a equal to, so that means the less than equal to. 60,000 is also included in this. Then what is the message? Low. Otherwise, we'll say high salary. Let's close and enter and double click for getting arrest all. So now we automatically understand when do we have a high salary and when do we have low salary. Is this clear?
Yes.
Let's connect to the third questions. Before connecting to third question, you please read yourself so that you get a better clarity of a question. What this question is trying to say, please read.
Company got new project in IT and they required male candidate and salary less than 50,000.
So
So there is two condition. Yeah.
here there is a one condition called as a male. Second condition less than 50,000. Correct? If these two conditions are met, so definitely they will go for the project. Correct. So that means my logic, this must be true and this must be true. If both are true, then only I am allowed to go. So here I have to test the operator called as the AND operator. What is operator? AND operator. Let me say equal to AND. Now what is the first question? My first question is the gender must be male. So this equal to male, comma. Second question, your salary must be less than or equal to 50,000. So if I close and enter, simply it says false. The salary is more than and here the gender is female. Nothing is getting matched. Let me do the double click. Oh, here there is a match. Here there is a match. There is a male candidate and the salary is at 25,000. But I don't want to display this message. Correct? So company got the new project. So I have to display you are working on new project or you are not working on a new project. Correct? Or maybe the company require the name of a person who will work on this project. There can be a name of it. So instead of displaying this true and false, I want this to be hand over to my if. So the everything whatever you have written that become the logic of if. Is this clear? That become a logic of if. If the entire logic is correct, so what do you want? I want the name of a person. So I will simply click on the name of a person. Where is the name of person? This. Otherwise I wanted the NA. Not applicable. Close enter. So let's see who is working on the new project. So is this I got the name of a person who is working on a new project? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So I don't have to look for the data because once I define the logic, wherever there is a match, I got the answer. So that's the meaning of this. Let's add one more condition. Clear? Let's add the one more condition. What is a one more condition? Now my company says if your salary is between 25, not 25, let's go to 50 and 75. 50 and 75. I am looking for the person who is having a salary between 50 and 75, or maybe the experience. Let's talk about the experience. I am looking for the person who is having a experience of between I would say 8 to 13. 8 to 13. So how we can draft? Please observe, equal to if, and then add. What I am looking? I am looking for the experience greater than or equal to 8, comma. Correct? I am looking for the person to have a less than, that is a 30. These two are my criteria. Is this clear? Is this clear with the criteria?
Yes.
So this is my criteria. Once these correct, so give me the name of person. So this is a name of person. Otherwise, leave it as it is, and that's a blank. Is this clear with the logic? Close and enter. So wherever the
Clear.
condition got match, sorry, wherever the condition got match, I am getting the answer. So that means the experience of 8 to 13, these peoples are having an experience of 8 to 13. Is this clear? I got the name of person who's having an experience of 8 to
Clear.
13. Now, simple way, let's apply one more question that's based on a OR criteria. Now, here, company hire the new employee for sales project or HR project. They might be doing a certain kind of a survey, so there can be a sales and the HR survey. Correct. So let me say that the company got new project, correct, for the sales project and HR project. So in this, I have to check either that's a tea or coffee. We cannot say tea and coffee. We can say bread and butter. So out of two, any one must be true. In earlier scenario, out of two, two must be true. In this scenario, either HR or sales. So I have to write if and then or. Here the or logic is what? Any one must be true. You ask a 10 question, but one question must be true. Then final answer will be true. Let me go here and say that if the shift is equal to, not shift, sorry, not shift, not shift, project. Project equal to HR project. That's a logic one. Once again, if the project type is equal to sales project, if you are having any one out of these two, so then the name of person is required, or maybe I will say allowed to work, allowed, or maybe assign the work. Otherwise, an A, not allowed. Let me close and enter. See, here it is allowed. Sir, why it is allowed? Because one is matching. What is one is matching? HR is matching. What about sales? We require only one match. Here what happened? Out of these two, nothing is getting matched. So that is known as not allowed. Is this clear how to write if and or?
Clear, sir.
Now we will have done if, then we have done along with this, that is known as and. We have done if or. Let's go to the option called as if not. Generally, if not says the negative sentence. What does if not say is negative sentence? What is a negative sentence? For example, my boss says except HR project or except a training project. Give me the name of all employee. What the boss is saying? Except training. Give me the name of all employees. So how we are going to handle? That is known as a not operator. Equal to if. What is their requirement? Give me the name of all employees except training employees. Correct? So just click to this shift, not equal to. That's known as a not equal to. Not equal to what? Training project. Those who are working on a training project, they are not allowed. So not equal to training project. Then what you required? Sir, I need all the name of my employees. So simply I will go here and just click on the name. Otherwise NA not applicable. Close and enter. You see, the person who is working on a training project, their names are not there. Only the names are there, those who are working in other than training. Those who are working other than training. Is this clear?
Clear, sir.
The, the way of writing these can be also written like this way. Let's go to equal to if your project equal to training project, then NA not allowed. Otherwise, I can get the name of person. Close and then enter. So the data
Yes.
can be written anyway. How do you manage? See, earlier we work with a purely not operator. See, the result will same. There is a NA, there is a NA. But in this scenario, I just directly connected to the training, correct? Connected to the training, then NA, and then name of a person. And here we are talking about inverse first. That's a not first. So is this clear? The meaning of this?
Clear, sir.
Now, so now we have learned how to use called as if, then or, if, then and, if, then not. Correct? These are the options we have already done. Okay. So in the next scenario, that's it. Tomorrow's class will further continue with the logical if itself. Okay.
Okay, sir.